What's up, everyone, and welcome to JMD Puzzling. We are here for the gluing and framing, placing the Mount Rushmore up on the wall. I hope that you've enjoyed this series for Puzzle 16. It's been a great puzzle to do. Very interesting. Um, Pieces and stuff as we've talked about, but we're here. We're going to glue it all up in this video. I kind of go through how I glue it up and stuff for those who've maybe never seen my glue videos before. So I pretty much I went through the first. I let the first side, okay, I let that completely play through. So that's probably about 4 or 5 minutes worth of gluing there for video. And but then the back side of the puzzle, I did forward that. I did speed that through, so you weren't having to sit through another 5-6 minutes or something of gluing. But I wanted to try to give you that experience of seeing how I glued the puzzles and stuff, or at least this one specifically. But and that way you get that experience as well. And then I framed it up, picked a spot on the wall, placed it on the wall, so you'll get to see all that. This is the final video for Mount Rushmore. But I want to thank you for joining through this series. And then at the end, I'll talk about real briefly, the next puzzle that I will be doing, which I'll probably start maybe in a couple of weeks. Give myself a break off of it for a few weeks. But thank you again for joining and watching these videos. Like I said, if you want to go back and if you missed any, go back and watch different sections of it, whether it's this puzzle or any of the previous puzzles. I got videos from all the previous puzzles as well. So check those out. That would be amazing. And consider subscribing, all that kind of stuff, to help out the algorithm, get videos in front of other people, help out the channel, your support stuff there if you want to support in any kind of way, whether it's ongoing or one time. If you want to become a part of the JMD Nation, check out more of my channels, other channels and stuff. Subscribe to all of them. That'd be amazing if you did. So welcome. If you are new, thank you for coming. If you're returning, you're freaking amazing. Thank you for coming back over and over again. But anyway, so without further ado, let you get to the gluing and framing, placing of Mount Rushmore later. Okay, what's up, everyone, and welcome to JMD Puzzling. We are here to glue. We have Mount Rushmore here. As you see down here, I also have the frame. So I've got the frame in, so we're ready to, once we get it completely glued up, then we'll be ready to frame it. So what we're going to do is, as we normally do, I've got my puzzle guard, Do and Glue. This is a puzzle glue that is specifically for puzzles. We're going to glue up one side. We'll let that completely dry. Then we'll flip it over and glue the back side. So we get a full-on solid glue, connecting all the pieces, locking them in on both sides. That's the way I prefer doing it. And you can just do one side if you want like a soft lock or whatever. I prefer it to be a solid lock, so I do both sides. So what I did was I took my clear cover that I've been using to cover over it. I slid it from the top, slid it up underneath so that I've got a protective cover that I can easily clean off so that the glue doesn't get on the felt up underneath. So what we're going to do, we're going to take it, we're going to pour it across, and I'm going to use this little spreader piece here, and we're going to spread it all the way out. Make sure that it spreads all the way to the edges, as close to the edges as we can get. make sure that we are kind of also free of any dust. There was just a couple of little pieces of dust on it. All right, so let's get to it. This comes with a little spreader in it. The big bottle comes with but it's a small spreader. Hard to really spread. You see how small it is. Hard to really spread with that. That's the reason why I've got the full size one. You can get these in like a smaller bottle, and for some reason the smaller bottle comes with a bigger spreader on it. I seem to have misplaced mine. I'm not sure exactly what I did with it. But that's fine. You can just use a regular plastic spreader like this or whatever you can find around to spread across. So going to basically just I do little zigzag lines all the way around like so. Clean that off. Okay. And then I'm basically just will kind of go down through here in a solid form. Go back up. All right. And we're just going to just little by little make our way across the entire puzzle, getting the glue all the way across. Then I want to take it to the edge. I'm going to slowly sort of bleed it across the edge here. Getting it as much as we can, as close to the edge as we can, without just making a mess of it. All right. Looks like we've got the majority, got a little space here. This edge is kind of weak. That edge is kind of weak. I think we got it pretty good across the bottom. So we're just going to pour a little bit down this edge here. And we'll go across the top. A little bit there. All right. So like so, go back up. Across. Now that we're kind of thin, I'll push it to the edge a little bit to try to get a very thin layer to the edges, and then smooth that out. And a little bit right here. All right. So now we have now we have this whole side covered And so we'll allow this to dry. Usually it takes up to about anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour or so to dry. And then once that's dry, we'll flip it over. We'll do the other side. And then, wait for that to dry. And then we'll be ready to frame. So see you on the other side. Okay, so we are back. I've let this front side completely dry. I said that it takes around 30 minutes to an hour. That was a little, I was a little wrong on that. It's actually been about 2.5 hours, and I aided it along with a fan to try to speed the drying process up. This stuff says the glue actually says to leave it overnight. It doesn't really take overnight to dry. I mean, even without the fan, it would have probably been dry within about 3 hours. But like I said, I kind of sped it up a little bit by using the fan, which you can do as well. But as you can see, it is pretty together. It's not falling apart, except for that corner piece trying to come off. And if you want to just do one side, that is perfectly fine. If this feels good enough for you to then frame it or whatever you want to do with it, that's fine. But I particularly like to do both sides to make it nice and secure. And so now we will flip over, and I'm going to do the exact same thing on the front side, on the back side. Pour the liquid on. We're going to spread it all the way across, nice and even all the way to the edges, and then let that dry. So let's get to it. Alright, so you can see we've covered, you can see the color change in the back because of being no picture on it. You get the actual board color. You can see it's darkened all the way across. That's the glue going across it. Of course, once that dries, that will probably lighten back up close to the color of the originally, but that doesn't really matter. But it's all nice and coated all the way around, as close to the edge as I could get without making too much of a mess or going off. And now we will allow this to dry. I will probably also use the fan to help speed that up. So hopefully within about 2.5 hours, this will be nice and dry, and then we can move on and actually start framing. So see you then. What's up? And we are back. It has been 2 hours. 2 hours since I glued the back side here, and it is now dry with the help of the fan. Is now nice and dry, and we are much more together and locked in now. So you see, the whole puzzle is solid. All right, so now it's time to frame it. Got this little poster frame here. I'm going kind of, hopefully this will work okay. I've used them before for the puzzle, so hopefully it won't be too bad. All right, so there it is. It's framed up and ready to be put on the wall somewhere, which I still have to determine. But there you go. So once I figure out where I'm going to place it, we will put it on the wall until the end. All right, so here we are. We have I've decided on a place. Not too many places left in the house, so I'm going to have to really start getting a little creative with where I place stuff. But anyways, so I'm literally right beside where I do the puzzles. It is on the back wall back here, going out the back door. And so that's where I've decided for now to place it. I might change my mind at some point, but Anyways, there you go. That's the finishing and wall placement. It's been glued up, framed, and placed on the wall. And it's, at least for now, home place. So that's all for the Mount Rushmore series, and stay tuned for the next one in the puzzle series, and that is the teapot. Right here. That will be the next one going on the board. So thank you very much, and until next time, peace. JMD Puzzling